Hey folks, 13 here, and we're about to play Quantum Consciousness. Comment, like, subscribe, participate. Quantum Conscious. I stumbled over my own beginning. Comment, like, subscribe, participate. Always remember to share. Do the important stuff that keeps this show going and this channel growing. And enjoy. And joining us is Jenny, and she is the developer or one of the developers of Quantum Conscious. Is it one of or the
One of what? Sorry?
developers? Is this a sole project or
That's
were you
a
on a
sole
team?
project. I pretty much did everything myself. I got some help along the way. Another artist helped me with the backgrounds. Actually, my sister. And I talked to some other programmers who helped me out with setting up the void stream system in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So help here and there, but I pretty much just put it all together on my own.
So my audience is used to this, thankfully, I guess. But we're stumbling into the show today. We're live and we're a family show, so they see a lot of craziness. We also eat online and all of that wonderful stuff. So if you were
Yeah.
thinking this was going to be a formal thing, I really apologize. But it's more like just hanging out with a buddy and playing a video game. So you let me know that I should kind of move forward a little bit in the game. So I went ahead and played up to the point that we've just got to the planet. And would you like to give the audience the background that brings us to where we are?
Yeah, so your main character is named Blair, and actually at the very beginning you can choose whether Blair is going to be male or female.
I played
Um,
female.
all right. So yeah, and you get a different version of the sprites based on that. And so Blair has joined a group of soldiers. They're like a secret elite group of soldiers um, who fight. They go from planet to planet. It's an intergalactic agency, and they fight against a group of scientists called Archon, who is developing mind reading technology.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got Archon, who are are set up as the villains of this story, and you've got the foes, the Freedom Organization, who's trying to stop them. And so Blair is a member of the foes and has been training for 6 years, and now she's on her first mission back on her home planet to infiltrate the kind of tyrannical society there and destroy a network that is helping Archon read people's minds on the planet. So kind of complicated setup, but basically sci-fi war going on. Blair's a spy.
Good, good. All right, so I am not going to attempt to do voices, and we're going to kind of move ahead, and then we're going to do some interview, and we're going to move ahead because, folks, what I want you most to see is the overall game mechanics. We're not going to try to complete the whole game in the interview, and I also really want to be able to touch bases with the developer. And it's a challenge, sometimes we play mindless shooter, and mindless shooter is pretty easy to do the interview during, but here we have much dialogue. So we're going to do a little bit back and forth, and I'm not doing voices for you guys this morning because I claim cold and flu season, and I'm incapable of a female voice during cold and flu season. Although my natural voice, as you can tell, is very easily adapted into a female voice. So let's see. I also
Mural.
will butcher every name I come across. I putting that out there too, folks. So Mural, right?
That's okay. They're kind of strange names, so.
Is it Mural?
Mural,
Mural?
yes.
Okay, cool, cool. You look lost. I stare back at the strange woman. This is Blair speaking, the main character. I stare back at the strange woman in puzzlement. Then I remember this is the first stage of my mission. I am supposed to meet with another foe and reply something specific. I hope I don't have to know that. My map is made of tears. Meryl, so you're the greenie who grew up in this sun-forsaken shithole. Oh, sweet. We get to use profanity during this interview. And you're Meryl, my partner. Don't get ahead of yourself. It'll be yours before you're qualified to serve as my partner. Oh, my mistake. I thought you were my age. Hard to tell through that ugly mask you're wearing. Age isn't the issue here, short straps. If I could take off this gas mask and go an hour without puking my guts out, I'd be the one that in that stupid little cloak. Too bad. Looks like I'm the one who gets to play hero. Good luck with that. I've been watching the Eastern Hospital, where the prototype is currently stationed. It's heavily guarded by Gorgons and O's, or whatever the guards are called here. Why the crux? Why the crux are they called O's anyway? You don't want to know. It's their cipher. Everyone here is born with one. Mostly, they're just alphabetic letters that stand for a certain occupation. The O's are officers. And you were a P, is that right? A politician? Who knows what it stands for? Politician, prince, pisshead. Anyway, yes. Didn't Amalek brief you on this stuff? Yeah, sure. I just find it hard to believe that a greenie like you used to be one of the most powerful members of this board-hacked community. Well, get over it. We have a job to do, and I'm the one who can do it, whether you like it or not. Well said, Mrs. P. Oh, well, she has a Mr. P somewhere. Now we know. Hey, I like the sound of that. Can you help me infiltrate the Eastern Hospital? Getting in is up to you. I can only help you get out. I've been over the blueprints backwards and forwards. I've memorized every hallway and air duct like they're burned in my eyelids. But the sad truth is that the only way you're getting close to that prototype is with an officer's permission. They have to obey P's, right? So you'll have to convince them that you're still a P in every sense of the letter, you might say. Okay. Is that a problem, Greenie? I've been gone for 6 years. If someone recognizes me, they'll have a shitload of questions. Then you'd better prepare some answers. Lies will only get me so far. They have the technology here to dig through my memories, if the Qs command it. And he would if he saw me again. We must avoid him. The Q? You knew him? Cipher Ps have the privilege of conversation with the Q on a regular basis, and lucky me, I was one of his star pupils. Uh-oh. If it comes to that, Blair, you know what you have to do. The same thing you did for your A. Oh, that's a terrible joke. I shouldn't even go there. Right. Live free or die trying. Well then, you'd better make sure no one recognizes you. All right. Well, it's good because before she was a redhead with green eyes, and now no one will know. As strongly as I dread the task before me, I prefer to get it over with, so I don't waste any time. Meryl briefs me on the layout of the hospital, and we determine my escape route. Then I muster all my courage and make my way toward the building. First, I must pass through the streets of... Oh no. Gemini?
Yes, Gemini.
Yay! Itself. It is the capital city. Oh no, of Tabali. Wait,
Tabalai.
Tabalai. Thank you, because I would have gotten that wrong for sure. But the only clue to that fact is the Q's tower stretching up toward the sky. The city itself is filthy and dilapidated, its people trudging across the stony streets with their heads drooping between their shoulders. When I was a young teenager who didn't know any better, I would waltz through these streets with pride. I was a P, a privileged member of society. I would relish the way people groveled at my feet and obeyed my every whim. I especially liked to travel with a Gorgon at my side, one of the large cat-shaped robots that help maintain order. I always
Yes.
resolved that if I ever made a large robot to maintain order, I would make it look like a unicorn.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. Just
so there's a lot of reading. It's a few scenes before you get to the main gameplay element.
do you want to give us
Um,
the gist and I'll just kind of click through a few? Is that possible?
yeah, yeah.
Well, I want to
So
put out
base,
there though that I really enjoy the writing. I spent some time reading through the game up to this point, and the style is nice and clean.
oh, thanks. Yes, I actually went to school for to college for screenwriting, so that was kind of my primary skill coming into games has been writing, and that's why I took to visual novels the way I did, and everything else kind of developed around that. But yeah, so the story, and I apologize, I'm actually on YouTube. I see like I don't see what's currently streaming.
So I've screen shared with you on Google. So if you look at the chat window, it should be
Oh,
what's
okay.
current. But it's not looking current actually to me.
No, yeah, it's
Let me see what I can manage here. I will just screen share my entire monitor, as embarrassing as that can be. I don't know why it's embarrassing because I took all the embarrassing stuff off, but I'll just share the whole monitor with you. And
all
that gives
right.
you a better
Yeah.
catch up of where we are.
Okay, yeah. So if you just wanted to kind of speed through a little,
Okay, you
so
tell me when to stop clicking as you kind of talk and
okay, yeah. So Blair comes in and tries to act like she's an important cipher P again.
Mhm.
Um, Gets away with it for a little bit because technically she is. There's one of the Gorgons.
Sweet.
Um, and so she makes it into the hospital. She's looking for a prototype, which is a machine being developed by Archon, and the foes aren't completely sure what it does yet, but they know that it's going to be very dangerous, very powerful, whatever it is. So
Mhm.
Blair's trying to find that and destroy it. Um, so she's still working on that here, and dealing with the Gorgon.
The Gorgon's design is very cool.
Thanks.
You
Yep,
can go very wrong with a cat robot, and you did not go very wrong.
what can I say? I like large cats, so thought that would be fun. But yeah, the Gorgons,
Oh, what happened there? His eyes just turned blue.
yeah, so all the Gorgon robots, there are thousands of them throughout Tebwai, and they all share a network connection, so they kind of share consciousness with each other. Anytime they get a command, like from the dictator, all of them hear it at once.
Hmm.
So what Blair just did was disconnect the Gorgon from the network, which I showed with the eyes changing color. So now the Gorgon is all alone. Um, so what it's seeing Blair do, none of the other Gorgons will see.
Oh, cool.
So now Blair's breaking in and looking for the prototype. This is another Gorgon that now came running in when it realized something was going on. So Blair's in trouble.
Okay. Uh-oh. Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't look happy.
So
Oh,
Blair gets captured.
yeah. That did not go as well as we were hoping.
All right.
I like this. The game starts with some kind of existential scenery and writing, and I like that. It sets a good scene and a good tempo for the concept that some of what's going on, and I suspect a rather strong part of it later in the game is in that kind of extra dimensional place that is our mind. So,
Yeah, very much the overall theme of the game is about um, identity, like what makes a person, you know, that person, what makes them unique. So what happens now is that Blair has um, been experimented on. She's not really sure what they did to her, but she's waking up, and this is an old friend of hers that she knew when she used to live on Tabalai,
is
who
this
has
the
no
one she was avoiding before?
well, she was trying to avoid, yeah, she was trying to avoid running into anybody she used to know because,
Okay.
as far as they're concerned, she just vanished several years ago, and now that she's a soldier for the foes, no one's supposed to know what she really does. She shouldn't tell anybody what she's there to accomplish. So now she's seeing an old friend and not sure how to talk to him, um, and not sure what just happened to her.
So
So,
how much time passed while she was out there? Is that
like about a day, not like a
okay?
horrible amount of time, but
Okay, cool.
so now she's got a horrible headache and just isn't sure what's going on. Um, you can keep skipping a little, and we'll get soon to the main mechanic here.
Okay. So it's interesting that your background was in screenwriting and you came into games. That's always really cool to see. As we do our interviews, we meet people who come into games for a number of reasons. Now, what was the game that you fell in love with that brought you into games?
I was thinking about that before you asked. There are so many. I think like the most impacting game for me when I was younger and um, not like really into games yet was Metal Gear Solid,
Oh,
the first
cool.
one.
Nice.
And I remember seeing my brother play it, and I was like, "This is really awesome. This looks, the story and everything intrigued me." And so I borrowed his PlayStation and played it myself, and loved it. And I like played it over and over and over because I didn't have many other games. um, so like Metal Gear Solid was Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh, I
Was
loved
another,
that one.
you
That
know,
was the one with Zane, the guy with the tail, right?
that was 9, I think.
That was
Yeah.
9. Oh, that was the one with the gun blades, the
Yeah,
8.
8 is the gunblades and
Oh, this
the
happens to
wall.
me every time. I never find anybody that loves Zane like I loved Zane.
Oh yeah, that was I liked 9. Not my favorite, but I liked it.
Yeah, I'm in a Final Fantasy boat all by myself.
um, Myst was another game.
Oh,
Like I'd
yeah.
say, like those three were uh, just such big games to me when I was like a teenager that got me into games the way I am now. Um, Now, for this specifically, as I've gravitated towards visual novels as far as what I develop, um, oh, here's the first appearance of the Void Stream.
Oh, good.
So there's not much to it yet, but the Void Stream is soon going to be there all the time as a way to read people's minds. I'll let it go a little bit further till it returns, but I was going to say that one of the big influences for me in this game was Christine Love's visual novel called "Don't Take It Personally, Babe."
Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
I haven't. You know, this thing that we're doing, supporting the indie community, is really opening our horizons as gamers.
Yeah, there's
And
a lot out there.
and you are our first visual novel, and we're really enjoying the experience. There's also this is a family effort, so there's my son and my daughter and my wife, actually three daughters, but two of them are just 4-year-old twins. They really don't understand what's going on in the game, but my daughter especially is interested and intrigued and has asked if she can play through the game on her spare time. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, so this is a really cool experience, and it's nice to be introduced to a new genre. And I'm gonna play through it with her. She's 18 and starting to see some of the deeper intricacies of life, and this is the type of thing that allows dialogue sometimes for that type of thing. But anyway, enough
Yeah.
about me.
So, so in that game, don't take it personally, babe. It's a very lighthearted visual novel. It takes place like on a high school. Everybody's flirting with each other, little teenage romances going on. But in that game, you can always access like a social network on your quote unquote phone on the game,
Uh-huh.
and so you can look at something kind of like Facebook with all the fictional characters on it, updating their
Wow.
statuses. Um, and I thought that was really interesting. So you can see that throughout the game, and it just kind of helps you learn more about the characters, and it's just interesting to interact with. So I wanted to take an idea like that and kind of push it up to the next level. It's like, what if there's something like that that you can interact with at any time to learn more about other characters? But what if the player's interaction with it changes the story? Like, what if I track every time you look at it, and every time you read something about a character, then Blair's going to know that new information and react to it, and so the story changes.
Oh, cool.
So now that Blair's been experimented on by Archon, she has this power now to read people's minds. So here it is, the Void Stream. So you can go ahead and click on that nice yellow button now.
Oh, cool. So how do we use it?
So a lot of times you just look at it. Right now there's a little tutorial you can click on, but that's optional. See the tutorial button there.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Hello, Blair. Welcome to the Void Stream, the key to unlocking the secrets of the universe. Void Stream button. Search inside whenever you'd like. You never know what you might find when you might find something interesting. I should warn you, though, there might be repercussions. Welcome to the Void Stream. Shadow. You can use the shadow or the Void Stream whenever you'd like to find out what your friends are thinking. Isn't that wonderful? It might be tricky at first, but you'll get better and better at it with practice. I suppose I should warn you, though, that just like any action in life, reading the void has consequences. After all, you might discover some rather scandalous details. The brief alert that I always thought women could do this, period. So if it's true that women can't actually do this, then my life is easier than I think it is. The brief alert that flashed on the left shows up whenever the actions you're taking are a direct result of reading something in the void. I'll do my best to keep track of such matters for you. This alert, which looks a little different, means that you missed a significant thought in the void that might have changed your behavior if you'd seen it. How tragic would that be? Oh man. And finally, this alert arises for a mixed combination of effects. Perhaps you found something important but missed something else. Okay. Well, that's cool. Now this is important. Entering and leaving someone's mind is no easy matter. You'd better make sure you do it right. Please always use the return button when leaving the stream. Whenever you leave the void, please make sure you do so by clicking the return button as indicated. Otherwise, you might accidentally keep reading someone's thoughts. Oh, interesting.
A little technical
That's
detail there.
yeah. That about does it, I suppose. I look forward to reading your mind. Okay, interesting. And then we return, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose take a little closer look. Okay. So, she's talking about the shadow here. Is that what's,
Yeah, Blair doesn't know who the hell the shadow is. She thinks
mhm.
she's just, dreaming. But now, she's getting nagged by the void again. So if you click on it again, you'll see
Oh,
another
okay.
character now.
Oh, I could have listened to the shadow's thoughts. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Who under Soul's evil eye is this strange woman? Why would Veremis send her here? I don't want to be a part of this mess. As I know all too well, the cost of causing trouble is all too high. Interesting. Cool. And then, did we miss something under the shadow before? Okay, I see.
No,
Oh,
it's the
yeah,
same.
that one. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. Void screen button just won't go away. Let's see.
Yep, so now
Cool.
you've read the another person's mind for the first time.
So what's the repercussion? Because I could see the temptation being to constantly read people's minds. If you do that, will you lead yourself into trouble in the game?
Right. So, I kind of drop subtle hints as the game goes through the story, but the basic idea is that using the void stream is kind of an evil thing, right? You shouldn't be poking around in people's thoughts.
Cool.
And it's a technology that was developed by Archon, who's supposed to be the villain here. So Blair feels really guilty about using it early on if you, the player, start to use it a lot.
Uh huh.
And then there will just be little instances at first where, like there's one coming up here soon, where if you just happen to look at it at the right time and see an interesting thought in someone's head, Blair might react to it, and so that changes the conversation.
Okay. So you'll have to cue me in as to when to use the void stream here as we're kind of progressing through.
Yeah, well, the idea is there's not really a one way to use it. The um, There are actually four major endings to the game with lots of variations in between,
Oh, cool.
um, depending on how often you use the void stream and when. So let's see. I think there's a funny one coming up, so I'll try and.
Oh no. Okay, hold on. We had a capture issue and the audience is not getting the game. Oh, that is a real pain. Thanks for letting us know about that, USA First Gamer. Um, so remember how you had a paused screen? Well,
Yeah.
apparently the same thing happened with the audience. Let me see if I can get that changed by using a different capture method.
Oh no.
Oh, well, we've been talking through the dialogue, and that's good, but it would definitely be better if we had. We may have to redo the interview. That's a sad thing. We haven't had that happen before. Oh, I'm not getting a capture from either of those methods. And the only other, actually, hold on. I may have a way to turn uh, this around. Let me see. Capture the region. Monitor capture. All right. So by all means, continue. I'm sorry, I interrupted you as you were explaining the effects of the void stream. Oh, hold on here. Let me almost there. Sorry, guys. Thanks for letting us know, USA. That was great. Call the interesting part is that we've had a few people in stream, so I guess we're entertaining uh, just as a radio show, which is
Yeah.
good to know in the future. I mean, if YouTube doesn't pay off, maybe I can go into radio. Okay, so sorry, guys. There we go. And we're all good now. All right. So now that begs the larger question. Should we keep going or should we just reschedule an interview again? How do you feel about that, Jenny?
We could keep going a little further. At least then people who look at the video later can maybe skip ahead if they want to see more of the video.
Okay. And
Um,
I'll add a little note, but you're welcome to schedule another interview with us because it's you're a great subject actually. You talk a lot, and that makes me sound intelligent.
all right. Well, at least now that the screen is showing, I mean, this is kind of the most important part of the game, so at
Great.
least it's a good time for it to start showing. Um, because now the void stream is up there as an option, and now it's going to be there pretty much throughout the rest of the game. There are just a few scenes where you won't have it, but for the most part, it's always going to be there.
Okay.
So here's a good, um, if you want to read this part, this is a good time to kind of test you on using the void stream.
Okay. So, Cora, is that a problem, Cypher P? It's not a problem, damn it. And I wish you'd stop calling me Cypher P. My name is Blair. Very well, Blair. Okay, so let's see what she feels like for being yelled at here. Oh, so this bitch is watching me sleep. Not in a mean way. You look so peaceful. Uh, Sorry, I've been a little on edge lately. I just want to talk like two human beings. That's all I'm trying to do here. So, I clicked through a little bit of dialogue in the beginning, and who is Cora in relation to Blair?
So Blair and Cora only just met, um, like the day before when Blair showed up injured, and Blair only came to her because Veramus, the friend he talked to, or she. Sorry, sometimes I say Blair is he because you can play either way.
Yep.
Um, so the Veramus suggested that Blair go find Cora and talk to her for help, um, just to lay low while the soldiers and Gorgons are still looking for Blair. Cora's really angry about that. She's a low member of this very miserable society, where if you do anything to act out, be punished. To just basically they don't give you medicine, and you can just get sick and die because of the tiniest insubordination.
Oh,
So
goodness.
Cora's really mad that Blair is here and endangering her. Um, and So that's pretty much what she's expressing here. And Blair just needs somewhere to hide out until she figures out what to do next, because her mission is pretty shot at this point, and she doesn't know what to do next.
Yeah, I see reflected in the dialogue Cora's station in society and her concern. There's no room in life for curiosity. Interesting. Oh, I could totally see the voiding far too much. Let's see. Blair seems unusual. I'll say that much. So she is curious, but Veramus is still getting an earful the next time I see him, and she's slowly turning our way. This is really an awesome game mechanic, and the execution is done very well. I find myself compelled to want to check in on that little extra bit. And for those of you out there in the audience who are new to this form of gaming, we encourage you to take a look and check it out. Remember, there's a vote link in the description. And for those of you who enjoy this kind of gaming already, by all means, bring another piece of work to your community and go to the vote page on the Steam Greenlight. Let's see, that's no way to live. That's the only way to live. Don't you understand? If I don't behave that way, death is the only result. The caste system is a very a powerful and sad reality in a lot of societies too. It's nice to see it having an impact on the
Yeah,
storyline here.
and the idea here is that the society that uh, Blair is fighting against, Archon, that this planet is kind of their first victory over humankind, basically.
Oh man.
Um, oh, you should. So this is an important moment to decide whether to read Cora's mind or not, because there's clearly something that Cora um, is very emotional about, but she doesn't necessarily want to talk about. Um, so here is like one of the first kind of important moments to decide whether you're it's not quite up there yet,
Okay.
but whether to read more or not.
Oh, here we go. If I really can't understand her thoughts, maybe I could dig a little deeper to answer my questions. All right. So,
So if you see, yeah, so now there's a little more
uh,
information.
okay. Oh, so sorry. I'm reading to myself. I'm so caught up in this. He was just a little boy, so young and so innocent. He didn't deserve to be a Cypher B. I thought I could help him by convincing the D's to change his cipher. I was foolish, so foolish. When I finally convinced the O's that Mello couldn't live the life of a B, he they didn't change his cipher. They put a bullet through his head. Oh man, that's rough. And Mello
Uh,
was her son, or
just a little boy that she was trying to help.
oh man, that's rough stuff. Well, the writing is absolutely a joy, and the presentation is great. Congratulations on what you got going here. And
Thank you.
there's one question that we always have to ask in every interview, and that is, what's your favorite pie?
uh, you know, it might just be the season, but I think I gotta say pumpkin pie right now.
We're getting that back now and again. Oh, we got that little symbol there,
Yeah.
and that means we could go either way. Okay.
That symbol meant that it's basically reacting to the fact that you just read her mind. So it's kind of letting you
Okay.
know that your choice to read her mind right there has made a difference and is gonna impact the plot.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
yeah, I just kind of have those symbols as a clue for you.
I wish I could pull my PC off the desk and curl up in front of the fire with it and enjoy this in the way that I feel it should be enjoyed. But I'm gonna enjoy it nonetheless. I'm gonna sit down and go through it with my daughter, who's really interested in this particular title, and I must say I'm interested in it myself. And I hope that this is an intro to a new kind of genre of gaming for me, because that's a very exciting thing. Thanks so
Yeah.
much for bringing this to us and for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And everybody out there in the audience, remember there's a vote link in Steam Greenlight, and you should use that. Keep an eye out for Quantum Conscience, and participate and bring it to the community, sharing it with the community, and making it a success. And all that being said, Thanks so much for joining us, folks. Comment, like, subscribe, participate. Always remember to share. Do the important stuff that keeps this show going and this channel growing. And we'll see you next time. And next time will be at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 1000 hours Pacific Standard Time for another episode of Ask Plays It Early. We'll see you then.
All right, well, thanks, Mark.
Hey, thanks so much for joining us.